Hello there, everybody. My name's Dr. Tyler Amadon. I'm the middle school principal at Denver Christian School, and I'm gonna create this recording here for the trip to Estes Park. We attempted to record the Zoom, and somehow something went sideways, but nonetheless, here we are. Give you a brief overview. So look forward to sharing this awesome trip with you. So obviously, you saw the dates there. Those are the 3 days leading up to Labor Day weekend. So here's kind of the focus of the experience. And Simply Venture runs this trip for us. They're an amazing Christ-centered organization. They actually run this trip as well as our 8th grade trip to the Black Hills. And they run a number of trips for our high school, Discovery Week. Anyway, we have a great relationship with them. So here's kind of your focus. You've got just hiking, nature programs, play, just being silly. Some reflection time. We'll talk about where those fit into the schedule. And then some team building, relationship building, and then of course, collaboration with peers. So as we kind of go through this schedule, just keep in mind it's tentative. We generally stick to this schedule, but things kind of change and we got to be flexible from time to time. So you will arrive that Wednesday, the 31st, just arrive at the normal time with your bags and things like that. So you'll just arrive at the regular normal school hour. And then we'll get all packed up and we'll leave out near the front lobby area. So we'll get all packed up and head out around 9 o'clock, go for a hike, and then we'll kind of make our way up to Estes Park, and then we'll get settled into the Y of the Rockies. Of course, an amazing place. If you've ever been there, it's incredible. Game room and all that fun stuff, and then that fun evening activity of roller skating, just something new, different. Maybe our kids have skateboarded or rollerbladed or snowboarded or whatever they've done, but roller skating is just not a common thing, so that's why it's kind of fun. And then there's that 8:30 time, and so I was talking about the reflection. This is really where that happens, the building connectivity, the campfire prayer, and reflection. That's a very, very, very intentional time to reflect on our own relationship with the Lord. It's a quiet time. It kind of ramps us down for lights out at 10. But that building connectivity time is really, really an important aspect of this trip. So wake up the next day, Thursday, and basically spend the entire day at Rocky Mountain. You can see those places that we visit. To have a world-class national park in our backyard is just what a treat. And so that's pretty awesome. And then at the end of the day, our fun time is that mini golf. And then there's a gym, of course, at the Y of the Rockies. So have some gym time for a while, and then dinner, and then swimming. And then 8:30 again is that sort of ramp down time before bed. So building connectivity, focus on our relationship with the Lord. But again, the connectivity both Wednesday night and Thursday night is also connecting with our peers and these students that we've just met weeks before. So we really put a lot of intentionality in that, because that's one of the main reasons we do the trip this early in the year, is to enfold our brand new Denver Christian students and encourage new relationships, even with those that were here with us in 5th grade, but to reach out and branch out in their friendships. So anyway, that's an amazing day. Then we get up the next morning, have a lovely breakfast. About 8:30 or so, we depart, head on down to Chatfield. Yes, the Chatfield that's right down here. And Lance has all these toys and fun things for us to do. Kayak and the swim, slackline, hammock, and then we grill out for lunch, which is just kind of a fun treat, real neat thing. And then we will head back to Denver Christian about 2:30. And then you'll just pick up your child at regular car line It takes a little bit of doing, getting into the car with bags and things like that, but nonetheless, just pick up here. We've tried in the past to do pickup at Chatfield. It just doesn't work. Just logistics and coming and going and just tracking all of our students. So it makes sense. We put them on the bus. We do our head count. We get back up to school and just regular dismissal there. So I do get requests every once in a while picking up at Chatfield. It just logistically, it's just simpler with this number of students to just make our way back here. So. Okay, so just some logistics. The packing list. The clothing, dress modestly, of course. You saw that there's, we're swimming, so just think modest bathing suit, please. Clothing for 3 days is appropriate. Keep in mind that given the adventurous aspect of this trip, packing maybe some extra undergarments and extra pair of pants or something like that, just in case things get dirty or wet or whatever. You'll want some extra clothing, so bring a little more than 3 days worth of clothes and things like that. And then that third bullet point is the hiking and walking shoes. The question we get all the time, in fact, all 3 of our trips involve some type of hiking and adventure. What kind of shoes, footwear do I bring? Well, this is what I tell all of our students for all 3 of our trips. You don't need big, giant hiking boots like that you would wear if you were packing a 40 or 50 pound pack. Okay, you don't need that. What I highly recommend is some type of running shoe. 1, they're easy to walk in. 2, they're mesh, and so if they do get wet, they dry really fast. But some type of mesh walking shoe, not like a skate shoe that's full leather. Those get wet, they just stay wet, and then they're really uncomfortable. So highly recommend some type of, even like a trail hiker, some students have those. Just it's like a low top hiking shoe. Those are fine. Coat. Mr. DeBoer said that most of the students will bring like a sweatshirt, like a hoodie, and then a shell of some kind for over the top, and they were all just fine. Hat, it's optional but recommended. So we are at altitude, obviously, at Rocky Mountain National Park, and then you're out all day in the sun at Chatfield, and a hat's not a bad idea just to keep the sun from blazing down on your face, but obviously it's optional, it's not required. That last bullet point, you are in a small dorm, so be aware about your sleepwear. You're not the only person in your room, so just keep in mind about what you'd want to wear. A lot of the boys, like sweatpants or shorts and a t-shirt or something. So anyway, and girls, same thing. Obviously, the personal items, toiletries, right, all that good stuff. Sunscreen, highly recommend. Again, it's essentially 3 days in the sun, 2 of which are at pretty decent altitudes, and then, of course, Chatfield all day. Headlamp, flashlight, not a bad idea if you've got that. And then a day pack. We get a lot of questions about this for all of our trips. Again, some students, they want to bring those string, the little small like cinch sacks. If you've got a water bottle and maybe a snack or 2 and an extra jacket and things like that, those can be really uncomfortable for an all-day hike. What a lot of our students do is they'll just empty their school backpack and use that. It's got the wide straps, a little bit smaller. You don't need a big old Daypack or anything like that. Anyway, that would be worth doing. And then the water bottle, cannot stress that enough. Again, I say this with all 3 of our trips. Bring a water bottle. You're going to do a lot of walking, and having water is just critical. You've got to have that. And then that day 1, and the teachers will remind you about it, but a sack lunch for the day, that very first day, that Wednesday, So you need to bring your own lunch for that day. All right. Next thing is technology. 0 is the answer to that. No iPads, phones, nothing. 0. No communication devices whatsoever. No, please, even watches, Apple watches, and all that. Just don't. We need to walk away for 3 days. We're not going to the moon for 2 months. We're going, an hour and a half, 2 hours away for just a couple of days. Some students, again, this is the rule for all 3 of our trips. Some students do bring like a digital camera if they want to take pictures. The only thing that I say about that is they are not allowed out of your bag while you're in your dorm for obvious reasons. So when you're in your dorm, they need to remain in your bag. But again, no communication devices. We're not calling every night to say goodnight. We're just not doing that. We're just not. Okay, we're breaking away and doing our thing. Begin to own the trip, 6th graders. This is your trip. This is your experience. This is not mom, dad's, grandma, grandpa's, guardians. This is not their trip. This is yours. So some suggestions. One is pray for yourself. Pray for the trip. It's exciting. It's fun. It's new. It's different. So yeah, I can't stress enough that praying for yourself, praying for your classmates, praying for the new students at Denver Christian that are in your class. This is a risk for them too, right? They hardly know you. And what an amazing opportunity. And so the prayer is, God, open our eyes to what the Lord would have us see on this trip. New friendships, new classmates, new teachers, all of that, because your teachers are with you. So really, 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 really talk about this and think about this with your family. Students, try and earn the $300 on your own. Do yard work for your neighbors. Do yard work at your house for an allowance. Just different odd jobs is a great way. If mom and dad have a business, maybe go work there and earn some dollars. But I'm telling you right now, this trip will be a different experience if you end up paying for it. You just got to trust me on that one. So anyway, that this is really a big key part of the experience is to make it your own. Really, really pray for that. This is their COVID relief policy for Simply Venture. You can pause the video here and read that. There's the different registration links. If you have any questions, this go at simplyventure.net is where to go to. An example of that would be a couple of things. So let me just offer the questions that we often get. What if I have some food allergies? Email go at simplyventure.net and let them know. They will do their absolute very best to accommodate that. Over the years, they've done that really, really well. We've been very happy with that. So highly recommend that. We also, meds. What if my child has meds that they need to take each night, that Wednesday night and Thursday night? Children's Hospital manages all that for us and then teach and train our teachers on how to do that. We track it all. Some things we need from you. We need a prescription from your doctor. Prescription, not just a note from you saying, give this to Johnny at this time, at this night. We need a prescription, exact dosages, time of day, all of that. And then we need the meds in the bottle, not just like in a Ziploc, but in the original bottle. And only send us the number that they need. So if they take one at night, send one for Wednesday night, one for Thursday night. So send us 2. Don't send us an entire bottle full of meds. We do not want the responsibility of that at all. So just, again, if they take them in the morning, give them to them Wednesday morning, and then we will be responsible for Thursday morning and Friday morning. Again, give us 2. So just things like that. Another question that we often get is, what about roommates? How does that get determined? 6th grade teachers will ask you to write down the names of 3 students that you would like to be in a room with. You will likely end up with one, potentially two of those three, not all. Remember, we've got new students and we're trying to create a dynamic where maybe we stretch you and you get to know new students, even if you're a returning student. So in other words, you were here in fifth grade, you're here right now in fifth grade, and you are now in sixth grade here, so you have some friends from last year. Maybe it's a good thing that we break some of those up and encourage you to reach out and all that good stuff. So we're gonna push you on that. Also, this might be your let me just kind of get up here. This might be your very first time away from home. Maybe going away to camp or anything like that is something you've never done. It's okay. You're not the only one. We have that every single year. We know how to manage that. We know how to encourage that. Your responsibility is to have an amazing, risk-taking, go-for-it attitude in this. And the family needs to encourage you in that and say, yeah, you can do this. Am I a little nervous about being away in 2 nights? Yeah, potentially. It's okay. It's okay. It's good to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. That's where we grow. That's where we grow. There's plenty of adults. All the 6th grade teachers go. Lance has a staff that goes. There's plenty of adults there. And you're going to be away with your friends in this beautiful country that God has created for us, and out by water and mountains and snow peaks, and I mean just amazing views. And so the idea is, how do I just soak that all in? I'm going to have an adventurous spirit, and I'm gonna take this in, and I'm gonna do it. It's going to be amazing. So anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of a sense of the trip and just how awesome it is. And so we're really looking forward to it, looking forward to seeing your students in the fall and taking them on this nice way to launch into the school year. So anyway, I hope that gives you some sense of the trip. If you have any questions, please email me, tamadon@denverchristian.org. It'll be in obviously the email that you receive this video in. So anyway, have a great day, and looking forward to this trip. It's going to be amazing.